Hello, this is a response to VoreDoggy on kiwifarms. The first thing to talk about is how my voice fluctuates, which is true, I guess. Absolutely true. I don't really have much to say about it. I don't understand copyright, particularly the idea of purchasing mechanical reproduction rights. I guess you're right, I don't understand it. I just figure, there's information can be duplicated, and I would like to sometimes use information in my broadcasts that I guess I do not have the rights to, so I guess I wish for more lax copyright. Third, the key to going outside without feeling afraid is to realize what almost everyone on here is much of a shut-in. People who go outside don't tend to spend their free time laughing at lol cows. I appreciate your comments. I guess you're trying to make me feel more at ease, and it actually does kind of calm me down a bit. I don't feel as freaked out as I was before, that's true. So I'm doing better now. When you talk about the Danmore situation, is this about... Do you mean Damore, like James Damore? Is that what you're talking about? Releasing that manifesto and then getting fired. I don't totally even remember what the manifesto says. It's been a long time since I looked at it. But I think there is okay, if biological differences in people manifest in different ways, I think it's dangerous to point to these things as some kind of objective truth, because people are not limited like that. And what I mean is that okay, for example, sometimes I see people talking about this oh, Asian people have a higher IQ shit or whatever. Listen, the thing about that, people are not fighting game characters. Okay, the reason why I make this analogy is because in fighting games there's all these characters, and back when I was really little I was like, oh, all the characters are equal. But turns out that some characters are more efficient, they have better tools, and those characters are programmed in a certain way, their programming, their frame data, the hitboxes that they have, and special properties that they have, and character attributes all work together to produce a difference of potential. But it is incredibly dangerous to take that same kind of view and apply it to people based on anything, genetics or biological differences or whatever, because if you take that view, then you are shutting down the potential for growth, adaptation, evolution. Humans are not as simple, and I think it's incredibly narrow-minded and short-sighted to hold that view, unless what was I gonna say? I feel kind of nervous talking about this. It's such a serious topic. I don't remember what James Damore was talking about. I think it was about saying that women are not as interested in engineering due to the manifestation of biological differences, and I don't know. I don't have much more to say on this. I just think that okay, my stance is basically that genetic and biological differences may manifest in different ways. That can be completely true, but I think that when you try to draw some kind of hard conclusions out of that, I think you're basically just limiting people and that it's actually wrong to do so. So I guess that's my stance on that. But I guess you're referring to Damore getting fired for releasing the memo. And I mean, they're perfectly in the right to fire him for that, I think. It was obviously a big controversy, and I think there was an internal culture war at Google for a while afterwards. And I don't know, like, some of these things are really, like, life is complicated, right? So some of these things are hard to it's hard to yeah, I don't know. I'm not an expert on that. I don't know what to say, really. I know. Okay, so the other thing you posted is like study suggesting anonymity has no major effect on. Yeah, it's like, I don't know. I don't think I'm very interested in this. Sorry to just bounce like over this, like, instead of going in. I just like don't. I don't think I have much interest in like exploring this right here. But this final thing that you said is a very interesting question, and so I thought about it, and I think it's I think that if there was a treatment for dysphoria without transitioning, that would actually involve fundamentally changing who I am. So that actually seems really extreme to me. Now, some people might be like, oh no, and I don't mean to mock them. I mean, just some people might think of, maybe they think of transitioning as like a, like, I don't think of transitioning as a burden, is what I'm saying. Like, I don't think of it as, I don't think of it as bad that I'm doing it. I think of it like self-improvement, and I know that it's not magically transforming me into a cis woman, nor do I expect it to. So I think that what you're proposing, a treatment for dysphoria without transitioning, I think that would actually be, that would be like fundamentally changing me in like an extreme way, whereas transitioning is bringing some of the inside out, if that makes sense. So, interesting question, I suppose. Damn, these are some like, these are some pretty tough things to talk about. The James Damore thing, if that's what you're I don't even know if that's what you're talking about. Maybe you're talking about something else, but god damn. I guess I'll upload this.